I got my first job, so it was with Sum 41 in Paris. Racing Bulls were having a platform where all creatives apply to go to races and stuff. I entered my email, but you do a lot of things and you don't expect to be called. Yeah, I think when you're on tour, it's really difficult because every day is different. There's a live music photography Discord where people just share their rates and stuff.
So, hi guys, welcome to Hard Drive Studios podcast where we have chats and talk with people in the media space, whether that's CrossFit or a little bit outside as well. That's also why we have the guest that we have on as well. It's been a while since I recorded an episode because just life got in the way, got busy, started working with the World Fitness Project. And then this podcast is just a hobby. It's not really something that I make money with. It's just because I love having conversations with people in media. But we are back, and today we have Florentine with us. The way I discovered Florentine was kind of funny. Basically, there was creator outreach program that was created by the Visa Cash App Raising Bulls F1 team to invite creators at one of the Grand Prix to shoot with Visa Cash App. And I applied for it and I didn't get chosen. But then at some point I was just scrolling through TikTok and then I saw a video of you, Florentine, that said like, I think it was a video like POV you shot with Visa Cash App or something like this.
I think so.
Yeah. And I started messaging her and we started following each other on Instagram. And we'll tell more of what happened after. But Florentine, welcome. Thank you for coming and taking the time to have a little chat. This is going to be a chill conversation.
Thank you for having me. It's cool.
So first, I would love for you to present yourself just a little bit, where you're from, where do you live, and maybe how you started your journey with photography.
Yes, so I'm Florentine, as you said. I live in France, in Burgundy, and I'm a photographer, but I specialize in music photography, live music photography. I also do some videos sometimes, and I started my job as a photographer in 2020, I think after the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and since last year, I'm a full-time freelance photographer.
Okay, awesome. And what made you want to start photography? What was the trigger?
I think my parents got me my first camera, my first DSLR camera when I was a kid, like probably when I was in high school or something. And I loved taking pictures, but I wasn't just talented or something. I just loved to, play with the camera and stuff. So it was more like a hobby. And in 2020, I got offered my first job, so that's when I thought like maybe there's something to do like professionally.
Yeah, nice. And how old are you, remind me?
I'm almost 30.
Okay. And so because you started only like 6 years ago in 2020. So what is your background? What did you study before that?
I have a master's degree in communication, so I mostly studied journalism and journalism and we had some video and photo courses, but it wasn't really like at a high level or something. So it was mostly journalism.
Okay, so it was a little bit in the media space, but not like completely. Yeah. Okay, interesting. And can you tell me your experience on your very first concert, like your very first job that you got hired to do? How did that go?
So I started going to. I mean, I'm a I love music, so that's literally I think my first hobby in life. So I was just going to many concerts, especially rock and metal. And so I started bringing my camera at shows. I started just asking for photo passes and stuff. It was, I think, my first gig with a camera was in 2050, 20, like in 2015,
Yeah.
like more than 10 years ago. And so I started just taking pictures and putting them on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And in 2020, I got my first job. So it was with Sum 41 at Le Zénith in Paris.
No way.
And yeah, and I couldn't believe it. Like my first reaction was like, I think it's a joke. Like maybe it's a mistake. So I was
What?
like, okay. And yeah, eventually it was a
Wait,
photo
wait,
and
wait.
video opportunity. So
Wait, explain to me a little bit. So you got hired by the Sum 41 team to shoot them?
yes, yes.
Okay. And that was
And
your first
that was my
gig.
first paid gig. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay. So it wasn't at the Zenith of Paris. Can you tell me a little bit about that experience? Like when you got there, how was the process? Like how were you treated by the team? Did you meet the band? Like
So it's way more difficult than it sounds. But like, so the management contacted me by email, and they were like, so we are looking for a photographer to shoot our show in Paris. So at first, yeah, I was like, me, like, what the
yeah,
fuck. And so yeah, after that, I got all set up, and
yeah,
so it was in February 2020, just before the pandemic.
yeah.
So yeah, I got to the
Did they
venue.
pay for your flights, or
No,
did
I
you
don't think
have
so.
to? Okay,
I
okay.
had to pay for my because I was just starting out, so I
Of
didn't
course,
really
yeah, yeah,
know
yeah,
how it worked and stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy to go to Paris and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and go shoot the show. So my
Yeah, of
dad
course. When you
had helped me. Like
yeah.
he was like, yeah, I can drive you to Paris, and so yeah.
Ah, nice. Yeah. Of course, when you first start doing these jobs and you're at the beginning of your career, it's completely okay to like maybe only get paid but not getting the travel paid for, stuff like that, to put yourself out there. And it's a huge opportunity. So, like travel that is paid or not paid, like I would have done the same as you. So I totally understand. So
Yeah,
anyway,
so
you
you're
got
like,
there.
even if I yeah, even if I like, I didn't know, like no, like now, if someone just asked me to shoot that show, I was like, yeah, you have to pay for travel. But when you're just starting out, it's
Of
just.
course.
So yeah, I got to the venue, and so we caught up with the manager, and I was just it was a bit like overwhelming and stuff. So yeah, we got there. We got a little briefing.
Yeah.
So like what I have to shoot and deliverables and stuff.
Yeah.
And the funny story is, as I was like a rookie or something, like I was just beginning. I wore like a white shirt, and
Okay.
you never do that when you work for a band, because you can't go on stage because people will see you if you're in white, and I
Yeah.
didn't know. So when I was going on stage, the manager told me, "Oh, sorry, you can't go on stage because you have a white shirt," and I was like, "No."
Oh no. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I still think I did a great job because they hired me later. So I was like, okay, so that went well.
So
But
you've shot several times for some 41.
uh, two times, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
I
let me
mean,
try and see.
the thing is, they have a photographer,
Yeah.
which is really good, and they needed an assistant or
An
something. So
assistant. Okay.
I was just like an assistant, and I was just filming some B-rolls and stuff. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm like looking right now at your Instagram just to see if I can find some
I
pictures.
think in my reels, it's in the first reels I on
I'm
my
just looking at
Instagram.
I'm just looking at the pictures, like the post, but we can have a look at that a little bit later. But how was it in
Sure.
general, like the experience working with their team at the Zenith, like in terms of food, accommodation, like were you treated well, like on the venue, like how was it? I'm just curious how it works when you're a photographer for a
I mean, you
concert like
have
that.
you have catering, so you're just hanging out in the in the room with all the bands and stuff. So that was
Yeah.
kind of an experience because when it's the first time, you're just like, "Wow, that's the band and stuff." But you obviously don't want to bother them, so you're just like, "Hey," and yeah, you have catering, like good catering in France. It's always
Yeah.
good food,
Okay,
and
nice.
yeah, we are really well treated. So
Did you have like a room where you could edit, like a media room kind of, or?
I mean, it was a one shot, so it was just a like a just one show. So I didn't have a room to edit. I just edited later, like
You didn't
at
have to
home or something.
deliver
Because
stuff live.
no, I mean, I think the deliverable should have been done for the next day. So,
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's like one day and then the
but
next day you can go home.
sometimes it's more like it's the turnaround is fast. So
Okay, okay. So you kind of had to, if you do have to edit where you can, like
yeah.
put your computer somewhere, but you didn't have like a specific room in the Zenith where you could sit down and edit and have
I mean,
Wi-Fi. And...
usually you do have a room, but for this, I mean, you can just do it at the catering or something.
Okay,
It's
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, nice. So that was in just before the pandemic in February
yes.
2020. After that, the pandemic hit. Um, I'm just curious, like, because you already had started to go full time then, or you were still figuring things out
I had
after that show?
a I mean, after that show, I mean, it was my I mean, it was a I had a full-time job as a
Yep.
social media manager at home.
Okay.
So photography was still just a
A
hobby,
side
something
thing.
yeah, side thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And
So
then,
I
okay,
still had some incomes.
some income, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm just curious on how, like, the pandemic hit some of the media people and how they managed to. I think a lot of the people in our industry were able to start kind of still work if you're doing like social media work or if you're doing some editing work. I remember myself, I was just at the beginning of trying to go part time and I was doing some editing for YouTubers.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's still a cool
Uh,
job to have.
yeah, it was not super like famous YouTubers. One of them was a friend of mine. Her name is Claudia. Shout out to Claudia if you ever see this podcast. And then another one was a friend of mine, Nevin. He was an online coach and he was doing coaching videos on fitness and health and everything. And yeah, and I was also doing some editing and some social media management for a CrossFit box that was near my parents' house in the suburbs of Paris. So I was just doing like these little things, and that's kind of how like I survived. But also I was living at my parents' house, so I didn't have any rent to pay or any food to pay. So that was like easy, I guess. I'm grateful and I was lucky that the pandemic didn't hit when I was like living on my own, having to pay rent, like so I know it can be a little bit difficult, but it's nice that you had that job then. Did you that social media management job, were you able to keep it during the pandemic?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that was funny because it was a kind of I mean, I was living at my parents also,
Mm-hmm.
so it was it was fun and
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so it helped, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so then the pandemic ended and you told me like when did you start doing like more gigs after like the pandemic ended?
I think in 2022,
Yeah,
live shows started to re
start
appear.
again.
Like there was
Yeah,
it again, and as a lot of shows had been cancelled, there was like way more shows than usual.
yeah,
So it was easy to just get into gigs and
yeah,
shoot and
yeah,
make connections with people. I think it was the right time for photographers and stuff to get started because there was like a lot of gigs. I remember, I think in 2022, 2023, uh, it's like the most gigs I've ever been to in my entire life.
yeah,
So these years
yeah.
were really prolific in terms of
Because I think like
shows.
for companies or artists or people online in general, like during the pandemic, you kind of had to film stuff with your phone. If you had to do marketing for your
Mm.
business or something, everybody was locked home. You couldn't hire a photographer or videographer, so everybody was doing like DIY videos to promote their business and keep it like alive, right? And then as soon as like the everything opened again and things
Mm.
started to happen again, of course most companies were like, okay, we need to put marketing, we need to get like media going on. So probably that's why it was okay, like let's do a lot of stuff and a lot of concerts and everybody was going out again. And I remember like it was yeah, those were good times. And that's also kind of like in 2022 is also when I like started fully decided to
Okay.
be full time. I was doing part-time job in a bar, like taking out the trash and serving
Yeah.
drinks in the Netherlands. And then that's when I was like, okay, now I'm gonna give my business a go. And then yeah, shooting some people in my gym. And then anyway, that's it's not what we're here to talk about. It's more about you. Okay, so then everything started to explode. And
Mhm.
so by 2022, when you had a lot of gigs in those 2 years, 2022, 2023, were you still working as a social media, or did you go full time by then?
No, I still have my day job because at first, it's a bit scary to just quit your job,
Yeah,
especially like in the music industry. I mean, obviously there's a lot of gigs, but it's really difficult to just make a living out of it. There's
yeah,
not a lot of photographers who just live with just music photography.
yeah.
So you still have to do other stuff
Yeah,
to make sure you have I
stable
mean,
income.
yeah, stable income. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
but
so
I had
also
a lot of jobs. So
yeah, that but that must have been crazy as well in general. Like I'm always curious with like concert photography, a little bit also just like some photographers and videographers who travel with F1 drivers at all the GPs. It's like you can't really, or it must be really hard to have like a normal life, right? Because you're always on the
I
roads.
think they don't have a normal life.
Yeah,
So,
right. So how is it for you? Because you have a partner, right?
yeah,
Who you've been for how long?
uh, 4 years.
Okay, 4 years. So you already
Yeah.
kind of like together. You don't need to go into detail because that's your private life, that's your relationship, of course. But just in general, like how did you manage like those years, those first years where you were kind of like maybe on the road all the time, like with your the rest of your life?
I think, I mean, I think you have to find someone who understands what you're doing. I think my boyfriend has always been really supportive.
Yeah,
So like he knows that it's my dream to be like a live music photographer or anything like in photography. And I obviously I'm I'm away a lot of time during the year, but if they understand, I mean, I think it's good
yeah,
because
yeah. But so if so that's awesome that he understands. Then it must have made it a little bit easier for you when you're away. You know that he's very accepting of that in general, but also just not necessarily on your relationship, but with you in general. Like, how do you manage like with sleep cycles, like just being away all the time? Like, do you have periods where you're like, whoa, I need a break, or how does that work? How do you manage all of that?
yeah, I think when you're on tour, it's really difficult because every day is different. like
Yeah.
you don't know where you're gonna eat, you don't know when you're gonna sleep and stuff. So it's really difficult. But at the same time, it's like you don't have a regular job, so like it's amazing because you get to travel, like you get to see the world, you get to meet so many new people, and you're like out and about with your friends, and like you get to see live music every day. So I think it's kind of you have to find a balance, you know. And but sometimes, yeah, sometimes you're like, oh, I want to go home. It's too hard
Yeah.
and stuff. But at the same time, you realize like it's like you are like a privilege.
Do,
It's a privilege,
yes.
and it's a to do that
Yeah.
because not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I
Yeah, I see. I
yeah
see what you mean. So, like the hard part of the job, I guess we all have a hard part in every job, right? Every job has its difficulties, and basically, you're saying that, yeah, like what you're doing, it's so unique, and so cool, that it kind of like makes the hardship like easier to go through, I guess. But do you have periods where you, because I guess in the beginning, right, as we all do, you accept kind of like every
yeah
gig.
yeah
Um,
yeah.
And when did you start to be? Have you started to become a little more selective over time, or
Yeah, I mean, at first, yeah, at the beginning, I was like, yeah, I need to accept everything I got because it's a one-time opportunity. You don't know if you're gonna be able to do it again and again. So you just accept everything. But I think nowadays, like I have some. I mean, I work with a few bands and a few artists like all year, so that makes me a living. I mean that
yeah, yeah, it
it's kind
makes
of
you more stable. You don't have
yeah.
to
So
accept everything. Yeah,
yeah, that's why. So I'm more selective now,
yeah,
and I still think it's a luxury to do that because
yeah,
at the
and
beginning I
of
was like,
course,
oh no.
yeah, and also of course, your prices must have changed over time as well, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Because when you got jobs that pay a lot, I mean, you're like, I know my value and stuff, so you
yeah,
kind of know
we
how
we.
to
We
price.
kind of all start somewhere, right? I
Yeah.
remember me when I started, I think I charged, I think something like 30 or 40 euros an hour or something. How do you charge? Do you charge with a day rate or an hourly rate? How do you function?
Yeah, I think it's a mostly day rate,
Yeah.
but it also depends because in the music industry, a lot of small bands don't have a big budget, so you also have to adapt. But
Yeah.
everyone must be a winner. It's a win-win
Yeah, of
situation.
course. Yeah, of course. What was like, if you can remember, like your first day rate when you started and you're like, oh, I don't really know how much to charge. Like, how much do I ask? Like,
I think at the beginning I was just asking all photographers I know like what's your day rate and how do you charge people,
yeah,
and I think yeah I started mm, I think I shot gigs for like 80 euros.
a day.
Yeah, just for one gig, and
Yeah. Okay, wow.
so
Yeah, you all start somewhere. You don't really know. No, I know like it can be, the subject of money can be quite taboo. Personally,
yeah,
I
in France,
couldn't
yeah.
care less.
Yeah.
That's why I moved away from France. um,
That's funny.
no, I don't mind talking about money. For me, it's like, okay, you don't need to tell me how much is in your bank account or anything. But I think it's interesting as a videographer or photographer to talk about like day rates and like hourly rates and how everybody functions differently, right? Because like you said, when you start, you kind of don't know what to do, so you ask like people around you. But like some people can be like, oh, I don't really know if I want to tell you how much, like blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah, I think it's really French to just not
Are you
talk about that
also?
because, yeah, because I we talk a lot. I mean, on tour, for example, there are a lot of American people and British people, and they don't care if we talk
Yeah.
about money and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so
Yeah, you're more open-minded to it. So, for
yeah,
example, if like a young photographer
yeah.
would come to you like you did back then and ask you like, "Hey, Florentine, like I'm so lost." Like, would you like give them your rates or like help them?
Yeah, I would help them. I mean, I still help a lot of young photographers that just start.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I have no shame of
no
doing this.
problem.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
cool to
nice.
help, and also there's a live music photography Discord where
Oh,
people just share their rates and stuff. So I think it's really helpful for
oh, that's
other.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think it's starting now being a videographer, photographer is like in 2026 when we have all these tools of communications. I think it's really awesome because let's say like you start photography in the 2000s or something or like the 90s, like
Mm.
you kind of had to, probably figure things out on your own and
Yeah.
like try things out. But now there's so many ways of connecting people, just like us, like just me, like finding you on TikTok. How crazy is that? Like, if you would tell that story to someone like 15 years ago or 20 years ago, they'd be like, oh, whoa. So I think, people can be very critical of social media in a lot of ways. But I think now it's a great tool to link people together and create opportunities.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think 89% of my jobs, I got them from Instagram. So, so
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
be
great.
anywhere if Instagram wasn't here.
Okay.
So,
So I'm a little bit interested. After I have some other questions for of live music photography that I'm curious about. But what's your so to get a little bit more nerd and technical, what's your setup when you go to a live concert? What's your gear setup?
well, all right, so I have a Sony A7 III. I mean, I started out with this camera and I still have this camera. I'm planning to change, but I mean to have a second body because it's easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still have this camera, and I think my favorite lens is a 28 to 75 millimeters
Okay.
because it's
Was
very versatile and I
yeah,
can
it's a
shoot
bit
like
like a
everywhere.
2470.
Yeah, it's the equivalent on Tamron.
Tamron,
Uh,
yeah. What's
yeah,
the what's the f stop on this? Can you go down the
2.8.
Okay, okay, so the same. Okay, nice. And
Yeah.
so, do you have another longer lens or
I do have a 70 to 200
200? Yeah,
millimeters, and I have a wide angle lens. It's 17 to 28, I think.
yeah.
So that's my three favorite
And you
lenses.
bring them with you at every concert or?
I mean the yeah, I mean, I try to. Sometimes it's just not. I mean, sometimes it's useless to have a 70 to 200. So this one I only use in big venues or festivals
Yeah,
because, yeah, because it's big.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
I think you can. I mean, I know some people who have just prime lenses,
yeah.
like 35
I
millimeters.
guess it
I
also
think.
depends on your access, right? Because
Yes,
like,
because when you have all access, you can just shoot everywhere. So you don't need a
a long lens.
yeah, a long lens. So
Yeah, yeah, téléobjectif.
yeah, yeah, teleobjective. I don't know how to say
A
that in
zoom
English.
lens. A zoom
Oh yeah,
lens.
a zoom lens.
Um, yeah, so it's that's when it's funny because it's kind of the same in the CrossFit space
Okay,
with us. It's like having stage access is the same for us as having floor access. We would call it
all
floor
right.
access. So
Yeah,
what you had at World Fitness Project, basically, you're able to be right there on the floor next to the athletes, and I guess it would be the same as stage athletes, where you get to be right there with the
yeah. I
the
think
singers.
same access. Yeah.
Yeah. So then like you can work with a wide lens or a 24-70 or
Mm.
something like this. Actually, like I had a 400 and a 200 and I sold them. And I decided to only rent them when I need, because
That's yeah.
I realized that like, okay, I sold them. I made like over 3,000 euros, which like helped me a lot in a little difficult situation I had. Yeah, and realized I was only using them maybe once or twice a year,
Hmm.
and that actually like for like what maybe 50 or 70 euros a day you can just
Okay.
rent a
Yeah.
lens. I mean, I don't know how it is in France, but in Belgium and Netherlands we have this shop called Camera Express, and you can just like
Okay.
rent a lens for, and then like at the end of the day, with the money you make at that event, just like in a few hours you pay for the rental, right? And then you
Hmm.
make your extra, rather than having your zoom lens like collecting dust on a shelf
Yeah.
somewhere, you know. So that's something
That's a
actually
good
I,
idea. Yeah.
yeah, I advise it to some people that same, like just like renting is very underestimated, I feel. um
Yeah, I do not do this, but
yeah.
maybe I should start consider considering it.
Of course, there's different reasons why people keep their lenses, right? If you're someone that needs a long
Mm.
lens often, then there's no need to sell it. It's better to keep it, right? Or if you're someone that likes to physically have it at home, like you're a collector, or you like to have your lenses like sitting on your shelf because it looks nice, and like, oh, I have my little lenses, and you're kind of like a physical person, then I get it as well. But personally, I've tried over the years to be a little bit more like minimalistic, and it's like, okay, like
Same.
these lens looks nice on my shelf, but if I can sell them, make some money from that, and like reinvest it in my business, for example, like buy a new body, or buy a new setup or whatever, and just rent when I need the zoom lens, then why not?
Yes, I might tend to be more minimalist as
Yeah,
well because I don't really care about gear and stuff. I mean, it's just
there you go.
I don't care. I mean, you know, and
And a
there's
lot of
lots of
camera
people. Yeah, yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
Go on.
camera shop they will buy your lens, so you should have a look around Bordeaux, if they have a shop where you can sell your 200s, because you can could make some cash.
Yeah, I still think it's useful for me, so I won't sell it.
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
I used to have like a 3,000, no,
Yeah,
300,
300.
300 millimeters, and I sold it because
Yes, yeah,
like I
yeah, yeah.
was never using it. So
And okay, so that's your setup for photography at concerts.
yeah.
Um, Before we move on from your concert photography, do you have like a big goal of a band that you would like dream of shooting or go on tour with?
Um, I think I don't have this. I mean, you know, I've like okay. I'm telling you that my favorite band has always been Biffy Clyro, so it's my favorite band ever, and I
Hmm.
worked for them like last week, so it was like for me my biggest achievement because it's like my favorite band. So working for
Nice.
them was like my I think it wasn't my dream or something because I never tried to or something because it's just my favorite band and so but it happened and I'm really happy with that.
How
So
did it happen?
that's my they just asked me like they were like we love your work so we need a recap video. So
No way. So would you mind repeating the name of the band?
Biffy Clyro, like
Beefly.
no Biffy Clyro. I like I got all their records.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
But
Okay, and so they
yeah.
are they like a metalcore
No, it's
band?
a rock band
Oh, rock band. Okay, from France or from somewhere else?
from Scotland.
From Scotland. Okay, okay, rock
Yeah.
band from Scotland.
I'll
Okay,
send you
sick.
the link to them to their
Yes.
music.
Yeah, yeah. Please send me. Yeah, yeah. Because I know you and I we have some taste in common with music, so I would love to hear it. Okay, awesome. First of all, congratulations. And were they nice? Was it cool? Did you hang out with them a little bit or?
No, we didn't have time to do that, but I already met them several times, so maybe it helps.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because you probably went to some of their concerts,
Yeah, I
like
think
as
I saw
a
them like 20 times or something, something like that.
wow. Okay, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, okay, awesome. And so do you think you'll be able to work like for them again?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the management told me they loved my work and stuff, so
Okay.
yeah, finger crossed.
Okay, awesome. And is there any other singers, band, or events you'd like dream of shooting?
I think my main dream would be to just create the whole artistic direction of a whole record, and just I mean, shooting an artwork would be my dream, like
Okay,
so.
awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. So going a little bit further than just a live event, but actually
Yeah,
like,
because yeah, live music is cool, but sometimes I feel like it can be really like repetitive and stuff. So
yeah. And it's like short in time. You take the photography, there's the hype
yeah,
of the concert, you
yeah,
post your photos, and then the concert is over. But your
yeah,
photography maybe lives on like on Instagram or something, but when it gets like actually stopped in time and put on a record or something, that must be really cool. And then you
yeah,
could have the record at home and physically have it.
yeah. That's why I dream of that. Like,
Talking about media, because I see a lot of vinyls behind you. What is your opinion on digital versus physical?
I mean, obviously, digital is really useful, and I use it every day to listen to my music, like on a daily basis, But I still love to collect records and listen to a record like at home on a record player. And I also love to have the
Physical.
record in, yeah, physically, because it's like it's really more satisfying, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. Yeah, I totally understand.
so yeah.
I'm the same with movies. So I'm a big
Yeah.
cinephile. I love cinema. I went to film school. Like that's my biggest thing ever. And I grew up in a house where my parents collected DVDs
Okay. Yeah.
because we like the physical and cassettes as well. So um, yes, I have Netflix and HBO and
Cool.
Disney
Yeah.
Plus or whatever. But my dream is to have like a big DVD collection, just like my parents
Yeah.
had, just because of the. But do you think, for the record side of things, do you think physical will die one day, or do you still think it'll be relevant?
I don't know, because as you may know, like I mean, there was a time where people didn't collect records, and I mean, the trend was I mean, like, I think 5 years ago or something, people started to like record again.
Yeah,
So and I think it's like, when you're a fan of someone or an artist, you like to just support them. And
yeah,
I think buying records are like the most valuable things. And it's
yeah.
so like
No, I agree. I think, and also there's a big retro vibe in general. Same with video games. People really like to collect
yeah.
the old consoles, and I think I remember I heard in a podcast somewhere that every 20 years we want to buy and start doing things like 20 years before. So, for example, when DVDs happened and Blu-ray, people were collecting cassettes and like older stuff. And then when the digital started, now like people are collecting DVDs because it was the and so every time like trends appear from something that
Mhm.
was 20 years ago. Uh, so it's quite interesting to witness that, and I think that's why I think the physical will never really die in a way,
Yeah, I think so.
because nostalgia
Mhm.
is a really strong emotion in humans.
Yeah.
And unless nostalgia completely disappears, which I doubt, I think there's still gonna be some. Just like me, like for example, I collect Pokemon cards.
Oh my God.
And I was talking with Valentin, our colleague that worked with us at the World Fitness Project, and he has like the Pokemon booster app, like to open boosters on
Same.
your.
I do play this this
Yeah, yeah,
game
yeah.
as well.
And I saw that, and I was so sad. I was like, "This is so sad," like
Yeah,
because I like the
yeah, I can
physical.
understand.
You know what I
But
mean?
it's
It's like,
free. I mean, the app is free, so you don't have to
yeah,
spend money on on boosters and
that
stuff.
is very true. Like I lose a lot of money buying my Pokemon cards.
But it can be an
Yeah,
investment.
yeah, an investment. Like I have an app called Collector where I scan my cards, and
Right.
it tells me like how much they cost on the market. And actually, I have like wait,
Okay.
yeah, it says me like I have like a portfolio with my cards, and it
Wow.
just like tells me like,
That's-
yeah, yeah. So you're right, it can be an investment, but yeah, it was just like making me a little bit sad to see like booster packs being open on a phone instead of like just the excitement like when I was a kid of like going to buy a booster at the marchand de journaux, you know, and then
Marchand de journaux.
the
Tabac
the
presse.
yeah, newspaper shop, you would say maybe
I
in
think, yeah, kiosk, no?
yeah,
Something like that.
kiosk or tobacco. Yeah, they would sell like
Tobacco,
tobacco and
tobacco shop.
yeah, yeah, cigarettes. Okay, we're diverging now, but I think the physical and digital thing. Well, this is a
Yeah,
podcast called Hard Drive Studios, right? So it's like all media in general. So those are conversations that I like to have with creators. Um,
that's interesting.
Now I'd like to move on to another part, which is your experience with Visa Cash App Raising Bulls. So could you
Yeah,
tell me the story of how that happened from the beginning to the end, and like how
right.
was that experience for you?
Sure. Uh, so I've always been a F1 fan. My dad used to watch all the races on TV since I was a kid. So I've always followed more or less the F1 thing.
Yep.
So, they are really active on socials nowadays, all the teams and the
Yep.
F1 stuff. So I followed everyone, every team on Instagram. And I saw that Racing Bulls were having a kind of a project or something, a
Yep.
platform where all creatives can apply to uh, to go to races and stuff. But it was like, yeah, I just, I entered my email, but I wasn't. I mean, it's like you do a lot of things and you don't expect to be called like
Yeah.
because especially in F1, I was like, there must be like millions of people applying. So yeah, but I saw that there was an opportunity to shoot the Monza Grand Prix,
Yeah.
so I just applied, and I think like 1 week before the race, I got an email from Racing Bulls saying, "Hey Florentine, we saw your application and we would love to speak and have a call to, to shoot the Monza Grand Prix." And I was like,
Okay.
I panicked. Like I was like, what? It's just like, and I think I didn't remember doing my application, so I was like,
No
what?
way. Yeah, because you
I was
just
like,
did it like, okay, I will never be selected or something, and then
yeah,
you forget kind of.
yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So yeah, got an email from the Racing Bulls team,
So you went on a
and
call
then
first.
yeah, so yeah, first step was a call.
Yep.
So we got on a call, and they also wanted to like know more about me, just get to know each other, stuff like
Yep.
that, my experience and stuff.
Yep.
And I think it went well. So the next day, they called me back to announce me that I was the winner, that I was selected.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so that was cool. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Like it was
Yeah.
I still think like F1 is so hard to go into, like
Yeah.
especially as a creative,
Yeah.
uh, a lot of, I mean, there's, I think it's like the drivers, like there's only 20, I mean 22 drivers now,
Yeah.
but I think it's the same for photographers and stuff. I mean, it's kind of it's a close, uh,
World. Yeah.
yeah, close word. So yeah, so after that, yeah, they paid for my travel to Monza and stuff. I went to Monza, and that was
Were
amazing.
you?
I mean,
Did you? Sorry. I'm just curious. Did you travel like for the race day, or were you there from Wednesday to Sunday? Like, how was the?
yeah, I was there from Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Wednesday, and I mean Wednesday there was a private event with the drivers.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
usually
went
media
there
day.
to, yeah. Media day is on Thursday, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
on Wednesday there are some private events and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and I had to cover it.
Yeah.
So Wednesday was about, yeah, this private event in Milano.
Yeah.
After that, on Thursday, it's media day, so we spent all day with the drivers filming some stuff for socials and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
funny.
think I think Visa Cash App Raising Bulls are the best at doing it.
Yeah, they are really funny, and they know a lot of about socials, and it's working well on socials. And
Yeah.
because I
Okay.
think because they have a, I mean, they love creators, and they love art in general, so that's why.
Is the team young in age?
Yeah, yeah. I think most of
Okay.
them were younger than me, so
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
a
Which
lot of
is
people were like 25. So
yeah. That's what I
in the
think
social
is
media team. So
yeah. I think that's something that's really really important, and if we can maybe use this platform as a message to companies and events trying to get more eyes on them and
mhm.
trying to touch a different audience or a wider audience, I guess. I think you shouldn't underestimate the power of social media and especially apps like TikTok and using Reels and all that stuff. Um, because I unfortunately think that a lot of companies, their media strategy is very 15 years ago.
Mhm.
And so I love to see, uh, you know, companies like, for example, Visa Cash App and like really hiring young people, following trends, TikToks, like all that stuff. And because then, look, that's how I found you through like social media and like all the stuff that you did and everything. So yeah, it's a small tangent, but I think it's
I think
important
it's
for
really
people.
important to for companies to understand the power of socials.
Yeah, a lot of them I feel are a bit stuck in the past,
Yeah,
um, and they want to do things in a very kind of like boomer way,
yeah, yeah.
and it can still work in some way, of course. But yeah, I think if you want to stay relevant, you have to be a little bit more modern and be able
Of
to
course.
advance with the times and everything.
Yeah.
But okay, so you had your media day on Thursday. Did you get to meet the drivers, talk to them? Like, how was the human experience there?
I mean, that was amazing because everyone was really welcoming, and we it's in the same building as a Red Bull, so like the two teams are really connected, so it's like the
Yeah,
same. I mean, it's like the same, but they are all working together. So some
yeah.
people work for the two teams.
Hospitalities.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's in the same hospitality. So
yeah,
yeah, I got to meet Isaac and Layam. We did some videos together, so that was funny. There was a reel that we made where I I teach Isaac how to take a good photography of Layam. So that was really funny, and they were really really kind, really nice. I mean, everyone was like so welcoming with me. It's like I was a part of the team and stuff. I got
yeah.
I got so many like goodies and stuff. So like
Was the
I
food
got
good?
shirts. I get oh, the food was amazing, but also I think because it was in Italy, so the food was amazing. Like
Also,
the food
the
was
the
amazing. Like
so the
yeah,
catering adapts to where they go, do you think?
I think so because in Italy we had a lot of pasta and pizza
Okay.
and gelato,
Yeah.
so we
Okay,
had
that's awesome.
unlimited access to gelato and
Yeah.
truffle
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's
yeah,
sick. Because I would have
risotto.
assumed I would have assumed that when because they have to, it's crazy the amount of money that they spend into flying the whole hospitalities to the venues. And so I would have thought that with the catering, yeah, they would have like frozen meals or something. But I guess like they have so
No,
much
I mean
money.
it's a real restaurant. Like it's
Yeah.
a real restaurant with different food, like for breakfast, for lunch, and
Wow.
for dinner. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean that
And
was
you
the
had
best
your
food experience I had in my life.
and you had your own hotel room or?
Yeah, we all have a single hotel room, so
Wow. Okay. Okay. And okay. So then what access really did you have? Like, did you get to go on near the track? Like on if like because okay, there's free practice. Then so for the people who don't follow F1, first there's free practice, which is kind
mhm.
of like a way for drivers to like get to know the track and everything. And then there's um, qualifying. Three stages where the fastest laps of each driver defines where they will be on the grid on race day, and then there's race day, right? So did you get to shoot each of these parts? What access did you have, etc.? Tell me.
Yeah, so it's really like I mean you cannot go anywhere you want, obviously because there's security stuff and because it's like big cars and stuff. So, but I had access to basically the paddock,
Yeah,
uh, and during the practice, I had access to the garage. So I was literally into the garage.
yeah, okay.
So that was a cool point of view,
Yeah, which is where you
of
can take
course.
some really cool pictures. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, really close up shots of the drivers and stuff. You can take portraits and everything that happened in the garage because there's a lot happening during
yeah.
practice.
As an
Uh,
F1 fan, I would have been like, I wouldn't know where to, because there's so much to take. There's so
I
many
mean,
things to
yeah, they
photograph.
told me like I can just go close to the car, but not really because, for example, you you can't take pictures of the back of the car. Uh, it's like
Yeah, they have some.
prohibited. Like you cannot
Yeah, yeah,
take pictures of the back of the car. But everyone in the garage was really nice because they told me that you can go whenever you want, but just be aware of the
everything that's
environment because
happening. Yeah,
everything is moving fast and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
was
for sure.
great. And I got someone who just escort me where I need to be and stuff. So that was easy for
Okay.
that part. So yeah, qualifying. I think we were out in Q1, so so that was that was quick.
Yeah, yeah.
So we didn't have time to do a lot of stuff, but
It's a shame because Isaac then did so well on all the races after that.
yeah. But
Um,
yeah, I remember during qualifying, like I was just I was just taking pictures, and then everyone was like, "We're out, so we need to go out." And
DNF.
yeah, not
Yeah.
TNF, but that was funny. Yeah, and also we did film a lot of videos for their socials and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are. I mean, everyone is always busy doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And during race day, I was in the paddock club. I don't know if you see what it is, but it's like
Yeah.
the
The
like
VIP.
the the VIP space, and you're like just uh, like you are below the pit stop and stuff, so you can see the pit stops.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
But I
you're
remember
above,
it
you
was,
mean?
yeah, above. Yeah, I was searching for the
So
above.
you
Yeah,
can see like from the top, like the
yeah,
pit stop happening. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And it was cool, but also as it was the starting grid, the cars were really fast, like were passing really fast, and I was like, oh, how to just how
yeah,
to shoot the fucking cars? Like it was so
yeah,
fast.
yeah. It must be super hard. You were probably like, what was your f stop?
I think it was like one 1,000 or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
it was
So
really fast.
you managed to how was it like? Did you manage to get some good shots of the cars on the track from the paddock club or?
Yeah, I think so, but it's really like kind of the same picture because I didn't have access to the track and everything because there are some different access that you can have, but
Yeah,
I also have this the paddock access. So yeah, it's kind of the same shots, but what was cool is Max Verstappen was on the podium. So because Max Verstappen was on the podium, we were able to go to the podium and shoot the podium and stuff. So that
yeah,
was
that's
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
And I'm also curious, what are the rules when you're hired by specific teams about shooting other drivers from other teams? Is it allowed, or do they tell you like, "Hey, no, you're not shooting anyone from other teams," or
I
what are the
think you can
rules?
literally shoot everything you can because you know the Antoine and Grégoire, you know, they shoot for Alpine and Ferrari, but I saw that they shoot other drivers and other teams, like especially during race day, because
Yeah,
there's a lot happening in the paddock and stuff. So I don't think there are rules.
yeah,
Obviously, like every team has their own photographer,
yeah,
and there's a lot to shoot for the team.
yeah,
So I don't know if they have time to shoot other stuff.
yeah. Or there's maybe moments like if like one of the drivers that you're shooting is not near you yet, and then there's other drivers nearby, then you have
Yeah,
time
I think
to
you can just
get a
yeah,
few
you
shots
can do
and
it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
I
that's
think
awesome.
that's
I'm
the
just
best part of the job. Like you can shoot
yeah. I
everything,
think
and
this
in F1 there's a lot of things you can shoot,
there's
like
so much going on.
portraits. Yeah, you can just shoot everything. So that's why
Yeah.
it's
There's this beautiful picture that Grégoire took of Antoine Leclerc when he
mhm.
was DNF and he was like sitting in the
Ah yeah,
grass. You know
yeah.
that picture? Like
That's
that's
so
a
dramatic. Like,
yeah, but I love these pictures, you know. I love Grégoire's work and Antoine, he does also great stuff. But I was just curious because in general, if I was like a company, like if I'm Red Bull, right? And I have like my team working for me, I don't know if I would allow my media to shoot for other teams. We're not because you're
I
not
mean, I
shooting
think they're not
for other
shooting
teams.
for them. Yeah,
No,
you're just
I know. Like, but still, like they're not, you know, you're paid to shoot for my team. I'm just like rambling here, right? Like I'm just like making a scenario in my head. You're shooting for my team. I'm hiring you. I'm paying you to shoot my drivers and my team and my cars and all that stuff, right? And if I see you shooting like other drivers, I mean, in some other industries, it could be frowned upon. Right? I don't know. If you shoot like Roland Garros, and you're supposed to shoot, you're the personal photographer of like Djokovic, for example, but you're shooting during the same game, you're also shooting pictures of Federer. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works really, but I mean, I guess as long as you deliver what you need to deliver,
yeah, sure. I think
yeah.
it's trusting the
Yeah.
the
I thought
creative
it
and
would
stuff
be
because
more strict. I
okay.
thought it would, yeah. But that's why I wanted to talk to you about that as well and to get your experience. So, in terms of gear, what were you using? Were you using your 200 to shoot the track, like when you
Not
were in the
really
paddock?
because when I was in the paddock, I think I used just a wide angle
Yeah,
lens. I think my 24 to 70 was enough.
yeah.
So yeah, I think I mean this
And
lens
in
is stuck on my camera. So
yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I'm shooting with this one at the moment actually. But in the paddock club, if
Mhm.
you wanted to shoot like the track, like or stuff like that, did you get a longer lens or?
Yeah, I got my longer lens, but it wasn't necessarily useful because I think we were really close to the track. I know the view was really like it was really
Okay,
close.
so you
So
could
I think,
actually,
and I think yeah, it depends on the style you want to have in your pictures. Like I was really
yeah,
like, I mean, I get to shoot whatever I wanted to, so they let
yeah,
me just shoot
yeah.
how I
That's
wanted
awesome.
to. So
Yeah, that's I'm gonna shoot my first ever motorsports
oh
event
yeah,
in Spa
okay,
actually, but it's gonna be um, it's like new it's different cars, so it's not F1.
okay, yeah,
Um, what was it that he said? Because I'm new to, I love F1, but I'm new to other motorsports, so I don't really know
yeah,
exactly like the
yeah. The other
like the
cars.
other cars. Yeah, it's gonna be like supercars, and it's gonna be like rally cars, I think.
Okay,
Anyway, so I'm gonna go in March, if I'm not mistaken.
okay,
So I'm gonna be able to add some motorsports photography to my portfolio.
that's good.
Um, and I'm doing it for free. A friend of mine, he shoots at
Okay.
several like racing events throughout the year, and I've been on his ass like for a long time. Like,
Oh,
hey, can I just like shadow you for free? You know, like a bit like how when I started in CrossFit. Like I think that's what you have to
hmm
do in the beginning, right?
yeah,
And then if you have like motorsports portfolio, it's a little bit easier, I guess, to enter. But I know also some companies like Visa Cash Apps, they were looking for people who didn't necessarily shoot F1 before, right? Like they wanted,
yeah. But I think like every team is different, so
yeah.
yeah.
And so, did you keep a healthy relationship with Visa Cash App Raising Bulls? Like, or do you still talk to some of them, or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of them we followed each other on Instagram. So yeah.
My main question is, did you get a photo from Isaac Adjar?
Ah, no, unfortunately, no.
Oh, oh, that's a shame. But because apparently, he seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But of course, I know he has his own guy, right?
He has his own photographer. Yeah, I met
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
and yeah, it was really cool.
yeah, yeah. I'm really happy that he made it to Red Bull. I hope.
I
I
hope
hope
it's gonna
he.
be cool. Yeah,
I hope he's gonna manage
it's gonna be
the
fine,
car.
I guess.
Yeah, you know, Drive to Survive starts again on the 27th of January.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
we have to. I'm curious to see how they're gonna twist and like tell the story.
Yeah, it's always a bit storytelling, a lot
Yeah,
of
dramatic.
storytelling. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like the like how Isaac got approached by Red Bull and everything,
yeah,
because obviously Isaac knew that he was gonna go
yeah.
to Red Bull way before
hmm
everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
and you told me you knew, right?
I think
Or
there
you?
was in Monza there was discussions about it,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like all like super secret and everything, which I
yeah,
understand. Um,
confidentiality. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he'll manage the new Red Bull car. Okay.
yeah.
And so after that was done, like, is that something that you want to do more of, like F1?
Obviously, I want to do more F1, but as you know, it's very difficult. I get some contacts with people who work in F1 and they try to, get me hired by agencies, but it's really difficult for
Yeah,
everyone, so it's not that easy, but
yeah.
we'll see.
There's this guy. He has his own agencies. The you know that French guy.
Alexi,
Uh,
maybe?
yeah, yeah. What is the name of his agency?
I think Overtake Agency or something
Well,
like
yeah,
this.
exactly. Overtake.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know
So
this one.
when you mean agencies, you were talking about that, right? Those agencies that hire.
Not necessarily this one, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, these kind of agencies are like managing all F1 photographers, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but it's very difficult to
Yeah.
get hired by those because
Yeah,
there's
and
lots of people.
apparently, yeah, and like the types of access are so different because if you shoot for
Yeah,
a newspaper, it's different. If you
yeah,
shoot for a driver, it's different. If you shoot for a team, it's
yeah. But
different.
there's a lot of access, I think, because you can shoot for brands, for example.
Yeah,
You can shoot for the GP. You can shoot
yeah,
for like for just
yeah.
sponsors. So
It's my dream this year, and if not in 2027, to get in there. I also applied for the new Visa Cash App Raising Bulls
yeah.
program, but I don't think I was selected because that was a while ago, and I haven't, or maybe the season hasn't started yet.
I
So
mean,
maybe.
keep trying and
Yeah, yeah. But if not, it's okay. I will just do my own little journey, and hopefully at some point I'll get there. But we've reached like an hour now. I really wanted to have you on the podcast because I think you have a different little journey. We'll just finish really quickly. Because obviously the people who follow this podcast are more in the CrossFit space, right? So
alright.
I wanted to get your feedback on how was it for you. So shooting for the first time, for because the thing is, people have to know that when you start in when you start shooting a sport, right? It's really rare that you get straight like you shot directly a Monza Grand Prix, right? But a lot of photographers first they start with F4 drivers, F3
Yeah.
drivers, or they shoot like other motorsports to improve their portfolio, and then they grow. And the same with like photographers in the CrossFit space. Usually, you start by doing local competitions, like small stuff, or in the gym or whatever, and then you slowly climb your way up to semifinals and maybe the CrossFit Games or big events like Rogue Invitational or our event at the World Fitness Project Finals, right? And you got thrown directly into like the one of the biggest events of the year in CrossFit. So how was that experience for you?
At first, it was really difficult for me because obviously it was a new sport for me. I mean, I think new. I mean, everything was new for me. Like I didn't even really know CrossFit before, so everything was really new. So at first, it was a bit difficult. I struggled to get some good shots, and I didn't know, where to stand, where not to stand, what to do basically. So it was really difficult. I think it would have been the same for anyone who's just doing something for the first time. So I think a, it took me some time to manage to really get into it, and
Yeah, lucky for you,
but
it was.
overall I loved it. So
Yeah, you liked it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really fun. I had fun, and
Yeah.
yeah,
The lucky thing for you is was a 4 day event,
yeah,
and it almost happened during a full week, so you had a few days to adapt a little bit. But I remember
yeah.
the first event you shot was like a swim event. So for you, I remember you were like, "Oh my god, like I my photos are bad. Like I don't know what to do," and I was trying to reassure you, like to tell you that it's normal, it's okay. Like I hope you felt a little bit guided. Like I wanted to make sure that you understood that it was okay. Take your time. I didn't ask you to go on the floor right away, to make sure you can watch also the other photographers and how they are working. But I think overall, at the end of the day, you did a great job, and like your photos are great. They're still used by some of the athletes to this day, some of the people. And yeah, you have a really good artistic direction, a good DA. I don't know how you would say it in English.
Artistic direction. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you have a good
Yeah,
style. You have a good style, basically, that is like a little bit different from what you can see. But
yeah. I
did
think
you?
my style was really different from others. So
But that's exactly why I reached out to you for that exact reason. But when you were hired about something related to CrossFit, did you expect the event to be that big?
no, I mean, as you know, like I didn't know CrossFit before, so I was like, yeah, they were. I think it was like the F1 the F1
Yeah,
finals,
yeah,
but
yeah,
for CrossFit. So they were that was a big event,
yeah.
and
I
yeah,
think
but
people.
yeah,
I think
grateful to
people.
have been given this opportunity.
I think people who don't know CrossFit don't really realize that like we have really big events with the
Yeah.
broadcasts, with like big, uh, uh, big financial means and like a lot of
Mhm.
big stuff happening. So it must have been a bit surprising for you when you got there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, sure. I
yeah,
was like, well, the venue is so big, like
yeah,
there's a lot of people, so
yeah. Well,
yeah, but it was
we're
really inspiring.
nice. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good experience there. Because it's always good to get some feedback from people who are not from the space, and it's like their first time there. And I hope we get to work together events together again at either this event or maybe someday on a Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be
That would
awesome.
be so cool.
What's your next gig before we end? What's next for you?
I got some some gigs with a band called Cell Kilt. It's a French band.
Okay.
So yeah, and after that, in April, I'm going on my first US tour. Uh,
Sick.
yeah, so with a French band called TSS. I'm working with them for 2 years now.
What style
Yeah,
is it?
first uh, metalcore, I'd say,
Yeah. Okay.
modern metalcore. So yeah,
Yeah.
and the first ever US tour, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. How long is it gonna be for?
I think 6 weeks long.
Okay. Do you know where you're gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, we start with Las Vegas, with the Sick New World Festival in
Hmm.
April. And after that, we have like 10 days off until the beginning of the tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are supporting Jiluka. It's a Japanese band.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome.
So
And
yeah,
you know
it's
where you're
gonna
gonna go
be
after
yeah.
that? Like in that
Uh,
tour?
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cities like New York, uh, Dallas, I think. Uh, in South Carolina. I mean, there's a lot of cities like I don't
Yeah. Yeah.
have
Yeah.
them
Of
in
course. Of
mind, but
course. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck on that. Thank you so much
thank
for
you.
coming and sharing a little bit of your story and like yeah where you come from and like your experiences on these different things. I think it's really cool. And
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
for
me.
thank you for coming also because I haven't done this podcast in a long
Okay.
time and I've been meaning to like really get back into it, but I really wanted to get cool guests, right? Like people who are not always the same, like in CrossFit doing the
Yeah.
same thing. I wanted to get some different perspectives and everything. So that's awesome. So I'll hopefully see you the rest of the year.
Yeah. See
And
you
we'll
later.
talk soon.
Yeah, sure.
See you.
Bye.
Alors, attends.